Okay, another method for drawing lines is baseline. As I said before, the main difference and important difference between the baselines and the internal line is the effect of them on a topology of or mesh of the object. If you go in here and select the mesh object, as you can see, we have a mesh. If you select it, the select object, as I said before, you can go in here and then find polygon distance and make it 10 more dense polygon. Okay, and now if you draw an internal line here, as you can see, for example, I draw a polygon here and then double click, and as you can see, the topology of the mesh is changing and it's exactly going across this. But if you go in here, we have exactly the polygon, rectangle, ellipse, and the dart as the outline and the internal line. Every comment, everything that you can use in a internal line or outline is exactly in the baseline. You can draw a polygon here, and as you can see, if you draw a line and double click to end, as you can see, does not affect the topology of the object. It just draw inside it. If you go into the edit pattern, another difference that is you can select the just internal line, but you cannot select the baseline here, just for marking. For selecting the baseline, going back to the texture, for selecting the baseline, oh, it's very dark here. For selecting the baselines, you have to go to here, trace. If you go into the trace, now you can select both internal line, outline, and the trace. And the baseline, you can delete it. And we can use as a marker to pattern with the internal baseline. You can draw a rectangle, ellipse, and a dart. Here, we can use the dart. And after that, go into the marker and you can right click and trace it as a pattern, trace it as an internal shape, anything that you want, you can use it. That's why I have to explain it separate lesson of this trace. So for example, in the polygon mode, you can go and right click exactly like before. You can refer to the previous lesson for drawing internal line and outline. You can specify the length. You can turn on the mirror in any axis that you want. It's exactly like other comment, just its features is different to other internal and outline. But the method for drawing of this baseline is exactly like internal line, and the internal line is exactly like the outline. These three tools are very important and you can use it. And it's very lighter in a simulation. It's just a mark on a pattern, and you can use it as a trace to creating another pattern of them. But the internal line affect the topology and the polygon of the object, and it's of main effect of the pattern because they change the topology and polygon of the object, and they affect the simulation. Okay, this is baseline. And here you can see the error. It says you please draw inside. The baseline is exactly like an internal line. You have to draw them in exactly inside the pattern.
Hello my friends, to continue these tutorials on YouTube, subscribe us, like us, and hit the bell icon. And now you will be alerted about all of the amazing videos that we release.